We're live?
Says we're live. Oh, it's paused. It looks like we're live. It says 14
Yeah.
waiting.
Hey, first live stream then.
Yep, we somehow managed to piece this
We
together.
balanced it out.
Paul P has got
Hey,
us.
the Paul B's there.
He's got us live. Yeah, this is the bit where I think we don't watch the live bit because it will confuse us. We just need to go via the chat and we just talk as we normally would.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So, Paul P, what's new on the Glanzer build?
This is where we figure out how long the delay is as well. Don't forget they got.
We're not posh, are we, James? Hey, look at all these people. James, you're silent apparently. So Rust Bucket joins the Instagram page today with a very interesting project. I'm looking forward to seeing the work on that. Tony's not keeping it clean, I see. Hiya, Classic Mini Garage. Yeah, you need loads of WD-40 owning a Mini. Buy a big industrial tin. Hi, Lizzie. Are you back,
I'm back.
James?
I think I'm back.
You're back. He's back.
Right, I realised I didn't plug something in and it turned off. So.
Oh, and Sam's joined the chat, and Alex. Yes, Alex, that is a lovely cabinet.
Droid.
I've seen that you've got quite a good collection as well.
Yeah, they're probably going to want a tour of that cabinet at some point, aren't they?
Yeah, we could work that out, I guess.
My dad's just texted me saying you're live, and I was like, no. Yes, I am.
Thanks, Chris.
Thanks, Chris. Yeah. Right, actually, I've left this brew setting for a long time now. So.
You got gravy now.
It pretty much is, but I like a strong tea. I'm a very strong tea person. You know, I could leave the tea bag
Oh yeah,
in.
Sam, I've combed my hair right over for you.
Oh, as soon as there's no milk, I'm going to put sugar in it. I shouldn't do that sugar.
What's wrong with tea, Paul P? You need tea to work on a Mini. I wonder how Paul P's getting on not having a KFC as well. I bet he's really struggling.
Yeah, I know. I was very upset when I heard that KFC were only opening a select few stores for delivery.
I know. The one near me's closed. It's not good.
Yeah, I was quite upset about that. I was like, yes, they're for at least delivery. You know, we're not going to go into the restaurant. We can at least get delivery. No, that's not happening.
Yes, another tea drinker.
Tea and a good counsellor.
Romford guy likes a beer. I don't blame him. Beer's good as well.
Yeah, beer is good. We thought we would go for tea for our, well, coffee and donut, car and donuts things. Although we didn't think it was an essential trip to go get some donuts, so we don't
No.
actually have any.
So we haven't got donuts.
But hopefully for the next one we will have donuts.
Yeah. Oh, someone started talking about new minis, R53 and R56. That's a interesting topic.
It's no,
Yeah, I'm not against them.
no, we're not against them. I think we were once upon a time, but they are becoming slowly a modern classic, aren't they? Apart from the really new ones.
Yes, definitely.
Um,
Yeah, the early R50s are the ones I like. I don't think I'd own anything much newer than that, but yeah, I'm not against them. They're making the mini brand stay alive, so.
my Uber Eats just arrived. Uber Eats must.
Mr. Jeffries, hello, Paul Jeffries. Oh, MJ's owner.
Should I go sit on the naughty step? No, I think you can stand at least 2 feet away from the naughty step. We will let you be here. Don't worry. We're not terrible people. Wow. Apparently Paul P does not like tea. Wow. That's
Paul P likes donuts, though.
oh well then. Thought James was in a coma. Yeah, I should plug things.
Oh,
Learn to plug things in before a live stream would help, wouldn't it?
Tony, don't believe in. It's just a new mini. Don't believe it.
How's the seized engine? Yeah, I thought that might come up tonight.
That seized engine is still seized.
The coke's still in it, isn't
we're
it?
working on automatic transmission fluid is the next point of call, but plans for the engine on the Mini is probably going to go a little bit different. So I won't be stressed if I don't unseize it, but we're going to go slightly bigger with the engine. So yes, seeing some sort of engine build in the future, definitely. Yeah, see, Tony, another person doesn't want you to leave.
26 people, wow.
Sam and Tony, I wonder if they got their slippers on.
Combed your hair, Mark. I haven't put my slippers on actually.
Oh, come on, James. Get your slippers.
Yeah. I need to get my flat cap out, get my slippers on, be right at home, won't I?
So, we got a first like, so we're doing something right.
Only the coolest wear slippers.
Yes, definitely. Rust bucket. Slippers have to be worn. Just don't weld and grind in your slippers. They're normally flammable.
Just got a picture of your feet up on flames whilst you're welding, and because you've got the mask on, you wouldn't even notice, would you?
Exactly. Just get
My
very
feet,
warm.
yeah, my feet. Oh, my feet are quite cosy and warm. Oh shit! Oh, I didn't say that.
Slippers. Yeah, you need slippers, Paul. Definitely. I think fluffy orange slippers in the Juice Mini would go really well. And a 1310 engine, Paul. Yeah, I'd love one of them, but I think we're going to stick 1275 Metro for now.
Can't go wrong with 1275 Metro.
Yeah.
Well.
Sam's got his Crocs on. I bet he sat there with a beer with his Crocs on. Would deseaming a Mini weaken the shell? Not necessarily if you seam welded it back together and reinforced it from the back. That'd be my point of call. But personally never done it and not sure if I would. I like the deseam bumpers and stuff, but I guess it's what you like, but definitely strengthen it. Go overboard strengthening it.
Vegan slippers. Wow. Can you nibble on them? Can you know, they edible.
Lettuce. I really like Clubman's. Don't have one. The storage for one. One day, you definitely need to get yourself a classic Clubman. They're getting a bit harder to find. You never know. The old budget Clubman will be at a show one day. Please don't go barefoot with metal shards around. We don't want to nate anything with the NHS at the moment.
Oh, I probably should. I've got you on the side there, haven't I? There you go, move you. Then, yeah. Yeah, I think we should really.
I wonder if
We should get that viewer's car, and we could feature viewers' cars on the stream as well. I think that would be a good, definitely a good feature for going forward.
yes, I agree.
As long as
So first person to send a picture of their car to the Instagram page gets their viewer's car next week on the live streaming. Should we go with that?
yeah, feel free to send us a few photos. We'll talk about it, and
Yeah.
obviously we won't say anything bad about it. We'll just appreciate what the car is, and we'll discuss about it. You know, it'd be quite cool.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be a Mini. Just send us a picture of a car. It can be something really out there or something mundane and normal. But let's talk about it. I wonder if Alex is fixing his gearbox. Sam's slippers definitely aren't flammable, but they might melt because they're rubber. And if he hasn't got his flange sealant about, then he's buggered.
Oh, so Retro's in September. Meet if it's on. I think we're. Whereabouts is the Oso Retro meet? Is it up north somewhere, or is it?
No, it's down south somewhere, I think.
Oh, then I think there's a chance that we probably will be there. We're gonna be desperate. If we're allowed out by then, we're gonna want to go to any show possible to be able to.
Oh yeah, definitely.
to just to go see cars again. You know, I've forgotten what it's like.
So Budget Clubman, planning on a 1275 Metro engine that I've had in storage. So might do a cam, might do the head, but it won't be anything too mad. And whose engine's more seized, Tony's or Mark's? Oh, I think mine's definitely wins. I think if you could see it in the flesh, the amount of rust that's in those pores.
Did you
Yeah.
Did you ever take the Coca-Cola out, or is it still there?
No, Coca-Cola's out now. There's some oil in there now,
Okay.
but
You don't want it to rust
I don't
anymore.
think it's worth it. To be honest, I've not looked. Yes, Margate is also retro. So, James, we haven't had your Mini on the channel properly yet. Your White Mayfair.
No, as you can see on
We've got a few plans for that one, haven't we?
Yeah, I think there's going to be some plans.
Controversial
plans. I think.
I bet no one can guess either.
I'm sure someone will guess in about 5 seconds, but you know the
Oh, the DJSE's joined. Rumour has it that apparently he owns the Mini, but I'm not entirely sure.
should get a sponsor.
A field in the middle of Britain and meet up. Yeah, as long as it's not muddy, I guess, because it would be like IMM again.
Honestly, I think in the current standards, if anyone just said I got a field, you can all come park your car here for a day.
Yeah.
We'll be there, you know.
Yeah.
What am I like in convoys? I'm normally not quick enough to catch up with everyone in the last sort of. I'm not.
You're faster than me, though. I think that's what he's getting at.
my little SPI 1275. It does well to catch anyone up, but it always happens. Any mini convoy that happens, it's going to be 998s at the back, and then you got the 1275s in front of them, and then you got the fast roads engines in front of there. So the 1310s, 40s, 80s.
Yeah.
I haven't actually ever met anyone with a 1410, which I think is the max you could pretty much do. Correct me if I'm wrong, but and then if you've got an 850, you know you're not even part of the convoy. You're on your own, so it's you just.
The thing is, though, Sam's got a 1380 and my Clubman is in front of it. I've got photographic evidence.
Speedo was wrong. Yes, I was going faster.
Mr. Tooney's here.
Hi, Mr. Team.
Rumour has it you own a minivan, But let's face it, it's a pipe dream. I do own a minivan, but I haven't seen it very often.
My Laura must be quite bored waiting for the fish and chips. She's just commented.
Yeah. Yeah, Chris does always lead the convoys when we're in the southern convoys, didn't he? Don't think not many people could catch that Mini Cooper. Tooney's been in the garage spraying flies. I can imagine that's what he's been up to. Would you recommend blasting an engine? What media would you use? I probably wouldn't media blast an engine. The thought of grit everywhere would scare me a little bit.
I'm experimenting. I just got the Instagram page up. Oh, I should sign in really. That would help, wouldn't it? So.
Age before beauty leading the convoys. Yeah, I guess so. Me and James are pretty good at getting lost, so maybe we shouldn't arrange a Simpsons Classics convoy anytime soon.
I'm gonna have to sign in. This is let's stop this for a second.
Matt Calvert, 998. Yes, definitely. Can't go wrong with a 998. Get some heat on that seized engine. Yes, I do think that's probably the next point of call.
See, like
I don't think there's much more to try.
I have a soft spot for 998s. Obviously, Eddie being a 998, but I just don't. I don't know. I've been in other cars that have said they're 998s, and they're much faster than the 998 I ever drove. So was mine just really badly tuned, or which probably was. So.
I think it matters on the needle and the setup. Yeah. Tony's 998 before he cooked it, that went really well with a different cam in it, an exhaust system. But I think it all depends on what you do. Engines is a sort of area that I've not quite adventured that much. I've got seized engines and standard engines, but nothing particularly modified.
thought it was just James Gets Lost. I have been known to take quite a few wrong turns in convoy, especially during London to Brighton runs, and everyone follows you, and you're like, okay.
Yeah.
As long as I got back and as soon as I get out of London into Croydon, it's fine, because as soon as I hit the Pearly Way, I know where I'm going. You just go straight. But that's another.
The Midas does go really well for a 998, but it also weighs as much as a shopping bag.
I'm going to say that fiberglass body shell is going to be.
Would you recommend sending a mini? Would you recommend spending
on a mini for a hobby? Do you mean what you recommend in like mods or doing, or
value, monetary value?
How much would you spend on a mini to buy one?
Yeah, see, stage 1 Evo cam. That's what Tony had.
James.
That went really well.
James Barry there, seized engine clean up and make a nice bit of furniture. That could quite well be something that's quite easy to do. You know,
Yeah, just nice little coffee table.
Get it all polished up with a wire brush and paint it, and then put a bit of glass on the top. It'd be fine.
Yeah, it'd be perfect, wouldn't it? That's the plan, I think. It's gonna be it won't be ditched. I mean, it's a boat anchor as it is now, but gearbox casing's worth saving. Yeah, maybe a bit of furniture. You never know. I'd quite like to know what's going on inside, really. I've always had the pipeline dream of trying to maybe bench start it and see if it'd actually run and how much smoke comes out of it. But we'll see.
McDonald's convoy, yeah.
We've done many convoys to coffee at McDonald's, haven't we?
Oh, there's loads. Yeah, Chris, convoy. Why do I always have to lead? Yeah, I think it's just because my dad is very smart on not getting lost. So if he knows where he's going, and then, and to be fair, when MJ can just overtake everyone and be at the front in a matter of seconds. I think it's a good lead car. Um, we did try the whole
Yeah.
CB radio thing for a little while, but I think
We couldn't keep in right range though.
no, I think minis don't have great earths and mag mounts don't work well. The range was always
No.
bad, and we never got the tune in. I think it's the SWF meter or something like that, and we never tuned them properly. But also, when you're trying to listen to my dad with NJ roaring along and you can't even hear it, you just hear the exhaust. I guess a lot of people have that issue with their minis.
Definitely. A lampshade for an engine block. I'm not sure that would be a safe thing to do, Paul, but I guess we could maybe strap it to the wall. What else have we got? When's James coming to the channel? They're bored of seeing Mark. There you go. When's James coming to the channel?
Yeah, well, this is me coming to the channel because I'm currently been just over almost a month in isolation, and I haven't been able to get to Violet, so I haven't been able to do any sort of videoing.
There's a box of parts ready.
There is a box of parts ready. She's covered in many covers and blankets and sitting in a nice warm garage at the moment. And it's so bad. Last weekend, I hope everyone was working on their minis last weekend because the weather was so good. But it was really hard to stay indoors and not move out, not venture out. We got to follow the rules for now. And but we're I'll be hopefully, I would say another month or so. I'll be on there.
You'll be on there soon.
We're hoping to do the live streams a bit more often, and we're gonna get topics and chats and just talk about things.
Yeah.
And actually, we can actually keep everyone entertained whilst they're all at home, really. And I'm very much excited to get back onto the channel, and I want to actually start taking Violet to bits. I want to do the inlet manifold pipes. That's my most exciting part.
Yeah, we've got a few how-tos on SPI bits and maintenance and all sorts of stuff coming.
There's going to be some SPI firsts as well, where I haven't even touched certain parts of an SPI, which so it's going to be more of a how-to / learning educational video, but also take it with a pinch of salt, just in case I do it wrong.
The DJSE's even combed his hair for us, apparently. I didn't know he had any hair.
Is Mark wearing lippy?
No, not yet. Hi from the States. Awesome. I have a 1981 Mini 12.5 Metro engine. Bought and imported from Hull in England. The car was not advertised, but we're making it good. That sounds really cool. Like mentioned, if you want to have your car featured, please find our Instagram page. And next week we'll feature a car and we'll talk about it. And we'll have some topics to chat about, but car from the States that's obviously originated from England, that'd be quite interesting
to chat about. There's quite a few minis over there and see them quite a lot now, actually. It's good to see that they're still going.
I hear there's a lot of different rules on them though, importing them to different states. I don't know if that's a thing. That'd be quite interesting to talk about.
One of the first topics that comes to my head is a lot of later bodies, but being classed as older minis, so they get past the US 25-year law. But that's a whole thing we can chat about. So I won't chat about that now.
Yeah. This furlough thing's forced me into the garage. I wish I had more time in the garage. I am reduced hours at work, but I'm still working, unfortunately. Steve's here. Is Mark wearing lippy? I am not wearing lippy, no. I do have sore lips, but I'm not wearing lippy.
Yeah, the furlough thing. Even if I might potentially be furloughed soon, but I don't have a garage to go to. Unfortunately, the garage is 4 miles down the road, and I shouldn't be going there. So
no, it's not essential travel, is it? Yes, Modified Mayhem. Lippy is only for Friday nights and it's a Saturday, so it might be a bit left over from last night.
Laura's bored of seeing me. Apparently you can have me, Mark.
Yes, James. We can have our mini garage now.
I reckon most of them are ringers, yeah. I was trying to be polite, but I think that's probably the general consensus.
What else have we got coming through here? There's a lot of grey areas in the market over here. Honestly, I'd be quite interested
be
in
great,
hearing
yeah.
about importing cars. It'd be a really good topic.
Even
So
we can
if you could drop a picture of your car to our Instagram page, we'll feature it, and it'd be a really good topic to talk
maybe
about.
maybe even an email so that you can like give us a bit of backstory.
Yeah, a bit of a description. I'd be really
That's
interested to see
something
that.
I will probably get a Simpsons Classic email set up this week. So, but we'll when we do, we'll put
Yeah,
it on Instagram and we'll go from there. So, yeah,
yeah.
I'll sort that out tomorrow.
Best advice for welding on a Mini. Best advice for welding on a Mini: cut out all the rubbish as much as you possibly can, because welding to dirty metal is you can get very thin. The metal, it can get distorted. The best advice I'd give is work with the cleanest metal you possibly can and buy the best panels you can. I'm not going to name brands or anything on here, but if you have seen the videos, some are better than others, really. Right now, I'm on a massive high for M Machine. I'm going to mention them as a company because most people that are commenting here have suggested them for me. And MJ the Cooper, I can't. They are really good. The quality of the steel is really good. So the quality of the panels and make sure you got clean metal is the best advice I could give. Dave Jaguar, how is it over in Europe right now?
There's actually loads of messages coming through. I'm really surprised.
Loads of people want to talk to us, James.
Well, this is it. This is good. It's like This is the most I've. Well, apart from talking to Laura all week, this is this is the most I've chatted to anyone. Oh, I had my friends last night, but no, they're not watching this. I don't think.
It's not lippy, it's bolognese.
Bolognese sauce.
Bolognese
Yeah.
juice. I wish. I love an Italian, me. The godfather of Mini is here, Dave Jaguar.
Someone asked about
Definitely.
the spec on the Mini Cooper, which I guess is the JCW. Yeah, you haven't.
Yeah, James, you're probably the best person to discuss that.
It's to keep it short, we could probably do a whole. Obviously, go watch our introduction video because in the description of that video it does actually say everything. But it is an Avonbar 1380 fast road stage 3 head spec engine. Lots of things that have been done to it. I'm not 100% sure of the internals apart from what the spec that we've got. We've never really had to open it.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's a fast car, and there's lots of things I want to do to it. Mainly get a mappable ECU, but that's something to come in the future. Something.
I think you'll get more from the engine.
Oh
that
yeah,
way.
we'll get over 100 horsepower if we had it mapped, but I would say we're probably getting 90 at the moment. Be surprised.
Yeah.
Would like to get a rolling road session done as well, which would be a great video. Maybe we can get a few of our cars there.
Yeah, it'd be quite good a rolling road shootout. Maybe even take the old Clubby estate along, see if it's got any of its old ponies left still.
Yeah, that would be a fun video. We can get some people there. We get a little mini show because the problem is you have to pay to hire you have to hire it out for half a day, a whole day, and then you have to get people.
Yeah, so you need
a few of us to go there to kind of split the costs. So something that we've always.
Team Slapheads here. Hello, Mark. Good evening to you. Won't be Lippy, the makeup artist, are self-isolating. This is very true, and you can't really put Lippy on from a makeup artist right now. It's probably not the best job to be in. Check out the channel video too. Yes, I think I will have a look at that because I'm quite interested in that. Matt Calvert, if you want to send a picture, find my Instagram page, or like Jane said, we'll set up a proper email address and a bit about your car and send the picture in.
We'll put a post on our Instagram of what to do with the email address. We'll do that tomorrow. That's something we can get sorted out.
Definitely. So what's the next video, girls? Right, the next one is actually the front end going on the Budget Clubman. So we've got a series of videos on that and a few of the challenges I faced along the way, I guess.
Can you not go to the toilet?
Yeah, I won't give away too much. Obviously, more videos are to come, but it's I will. Yeah, it's a clubman now. If you follow the Instagram page, it's definitely a clubman now. And all I'm going to say is just because the panels are genuine doesn't mean they're necessarily fit first time. So.
I just
Tony, you cannot watch.
To be fair, like it'd be risky for us to move this into the toilet, but any of our viewers, yeah. But no, we shouldn't promote that sort of thing. It should be.
Yeah. What I would like to know is Team Snaphead. When is he getting his own mini? I'd like to know that. Because obviously Tom's got his Clubman, Turd Tech, and his Red Mini, but when is he going to get his own mini? It's not all about BHPs, is it?
Get pins and needles. Yeah. I'm in Italy, boys. Yes. We were just talking about that
earlier,
because, as you can see in the stream, the picture of Eve there is.
That is I'm in Italy.
It's not quite. It's actually it was on the way to Italy, and that is actually Lake Annecy, which is technically France border line with Switzerland. It's literally right on the Swiss border. Probably find more Swiss people there than French, but the that was you can. It's actually an Italian flag that was on the roof rack. But that was I did the other one. But of course they've offered everyone who went in 2013 as a free ticket for the 2021 because it was, as mini shows go, like if you thought IMM 2019 down in Bristol was bad, at least you had you had a clean toilet and shower to use. It was quite. I think the facilities. It was a hole in the floor. They didn't have much in the sense of that a lot of people did leave to go and book into a hotel down the road because they couldn't stay with the camping. But I want to go back. You know, it was a.
I think it's got to be a Simpsons Classics road trip next year, isn't
it? Seeing as IMM Germany, you would have. Well, it was a bit 50-50 if I was going, but obviously Mark's booked for that, but it's not happening now, is it?
Yeah, we'll be doing that in 2022, though, definitely.
Did they officially move it to 2022? Because they said no one. Yeah, it makes sense, doesn't it? So.
Yeah.
Good.
What have we got? Could a Clubman front end be replaced with a real mini front end? Well, real mini front end? What are we going on with here? Round those front ends, yes, you can. If you're doing it properly, as in inner wings, you need to change the inner wings. The Clubman inner wings are different. So, yeah, you start from basically the A-post forward, different inner wings, and then obviously change your front end. It's quite a common thing to do on the Clubman estates because the slab nose Clubman front is a bit. Personally, I love them, but it's a very common thing to change the Clubman front to a different front end. So, yeah, I'm all for that. My first Clubman estate came around nose front on it, so yeah, make a little traveller or just change your Clubman to a round nose. Personally, the Clubmans are going up in value now, so maybe a bad move. I'm not sure.
I've just noticed Mark's got a green line across the bottom of his stream.
I wonder why.
Yeah, I think you're lagging out a little bit as well. Can people let us know in the comments if Mark's cutting in and out or?
Who else have we got? We got some comments coming in through here. Yes, very true. DJSE. Mark could just drive Tom's car. Don't forget the flange sealant. No, you need that on a long trip, Sam. That's very, very true. Do you plan on organising any events in the future? Now, between us all in this chat now, me and James, that is something we'd love to do. It is our eventual goal to have an event. So, yeah, watch this space. It's definitely something we're long-term planning. So, yeah, if anyone's sort of up for something like that, definitely, obviously comment away, and if you're interested, then it'll push us even more. But it is our eventual goal, so it will be coming. Total Car Reviews is here. Your clubby's looking mint at the moment. Well done. Yeah, it's getting there. Loads of prep to do now. So it's at the point where I'm waiting for bits and pieces. We're waiting for supplies, basically. Got lots of bits and pieces going on. Hopefully, you'll see some bronze yellow paint very soon. Apparently, I'm cutting out in them more and more.
Yeah, I just paused for a second there. I might. I'm just going to remove Mark and put Mark back in. Oh, pause for a second, Mark. I just removed you.
Body's looking bang on. Yeah, I guess.
Still got the green line. I don't know. I think this is just. I'm putting this down to Skype servers at the moment.
Are we still here?
Yeah, you should be back now.
Yeah. Clubby's looking bang on, Tom. Yeah, the pictures obviously make it look pretty good, but there is quite a lot of defects in the body. A few dents in the roof, which are always hard to get out. I've not finished the back end yet. That still needs sort of some fine filler and some sanding. I think the next video coming, you'll see the fact that it's definitely a step closer than it was. But yeah, loads and loads of prep now. Luckily, because the front end's brand new, there's less prep there, but the bonnet is the last thing that was there from the accident damage, so it's not quite straight and true. So that's going to need a bit of work. Yeah, we're getting there.
Sod the Southern.
Oi, Southerners! Don't be hating on the Southerners.
I'm surprised you don't say you're from the Midlands.
Midlands. I'm always going to be a Southerner. Southern softies. Well, Alex, were you in your garage today in the cold, or I was. You need a Mini to work on first, though, Mr. DJC. Midlands here. Well, we've got a few people. We've had the States. We've got the Midlands. We've got Manchester area. We've got right on the south coast. What's a balm down south? It's called a bread roll. I think we've lost James again. Oh, it sounds like we've got a Honda conversion on the way.
Sorry, I'm back now. That's
Hello, in the USA.
Hello.
What's the weather like in the USA right now? What time is it over there?
Please don't say from Florida, because I'll be upset. I want to go. I want to go open a classic car restoration business in Florida and just specialise in British cars. Oh, that'd be the life, wouldn't it? Maybe the odds.
See, Chris has just had mushy peas, and he's in Sussex. See, don't need to be up north to have a northern delicacy.
Although I probably would have a Corvette.
That sounds good on the Honda front. Who's drinking and what are you drinking, boys and girls? I've just had a cup of tea, so I'm being a bit tame.
Yeah, I also had.
James has got gravy.
Yeah, but our milk went off.
It's 2:39 p.m. Sunny, cool, and a bit windy in the mountains. Awesome, John. So, what mini have you got, John, over in the USA? This is a debate we were just having about getting minis in the USA from the UK, weren't we? Mark's on the Stella. I think Tony likes Stella.
Yeah, I'm not a stellar person.
I prefer the rum, me.
Stella's very popular in America, much more popular than I thought it would be. Don't know why, it just is. Big boy orange juice. Cronenberg. 1994 Rover Mini Coupe imported from Japan. Oh, he's going to be living the aircon life, isn't he?
Oh. That's the one with the very busy engine bay, isn't it? With the aircon condensers and all that sort of stuff.
Oh, one day one day I will have. Do you know? Well, actually, with the plans, what we're going to do with Eve, will probably actually involve air conditioning, but it won't be the conventional air conditioning. So.
No. Coke Zero. I hear that Coke's a very good thing for unblocking engines. Not. Carling, Coke Zero, rum. Yes, Sam, some rum. Might have to have some rum soon.
Captain Morgan.
Captain Morgan. Haven't got any Captain Morgan. Got Lamb's Navy rum.
James needs some WD-40. Yeah, probably because I got a bit stiff there, wasn't I? I was a bit frozen. How's that?
I walked into a chip shop in Milton Keynes and started asking.
NC, is that North Carolina? Is that what NC stands for? I'm not.
North Carolina, I'm not sure. I'd say so in the mountains.
Yeah.
Hi, Ronald.
Northern Nancy.
The one thing in a chip shop that I struggled with moving around the country is battered sausage. You could say up north, I want a battered sausage, and no one would know what you're talking about.
I know, it's literally my dinner tonight is a battered sausage, so it's it's
North Carolina, there you go, you're right,
right,
James.
yeah, cool.
Oh, this is awesome, being able to chat to people in America. This is great.
That's good. I think the highs of 35 people now. Wow. So
6 likes.
I'm quite surprised that we've got 30 plus people at once as well. So,
yeah, we massively appreciate that. One thing we are going to say is we're going to try and make this a weekly thing and a topic and a card to talk about each thing. So we've got an email address so if we're set up and get going, and Instagram page. Please message anything you'd like us to talk about, and obviously come back and join in. So that would be really good.
Yeah, I think we're going to have a few topics, car news from any sort of classic modern cars.
Yeah, not just minis, just anything really.
Really, just to chat about. Daily drivers is quite a common thing.
Yeah. Battered sausage is lovely, Mark.
Yeah.
I moved from Kent to Blackpool on the Savoy then. Oh, I've never had a Savoy.
Oh.
That's something I've never tried.
Really? Savoys are great, you know. Any sausage from the fish and chip shop is great. You know, you can't. People get put off by the red skin, but it is lovely.
Considering that there are 2 people watching the chat, neither of you have replied to my message. I've not seen my phone, unfortunately. So if you message me, Paul, I'm sorry.
Is it on the which one was this? I'm trying to read through
Classic
them all,
mini
coming through. Who?
So in the comments, what was everyone's first car? That could be a good topic to talk about. Let's see what interesting topics we get. So I will start. How's the chat gone from minis to sausages? I'm not sure.
I think we should steer away from
Mark
that.
II Cooper.
No, we're going back to minis now, don't worry.
When I asked if they do Savoys, it's because they looked at me strangely. I don't do the whole battered Mars bar thing. I've never had that, but I'm open to try anything. So, yeah, why
I think
not?
I would actually like that. I think that would be...
Yeah.
I imagine it's...
68 Ford Cortina. Mark 1 Vauxhall Astra.
Mark 1 Ford.
Another Cortina. Got to go, boys. See you later, Tony. Have a good one.
Have a good one. Opel Cadet Coupe.
Oh, that's cool.
You don't see...
Oi, oi, Savoy.
1978 Mini 1000 bought in January. Good first.
I've seen that Mini. It's absolutely awesome, Ross Bucket.
Good first car.
Alfa Romeo. There you go, James. We got an
Yes,
Alfa Romeo to the channel.
another Alfa Romeo fanboy. He's probably going to turn around and say he doesn't own an Alfa Romeo now.
Oh, there's a few Minis, but there's Opel Kadett. I mean, I can't remember the last time I saw one of them.
Oh, Austin Princess. Oh, that's a car.
Oh, that's controversial. 1964 Volvo 544. Now, I actually can't picture one of them. 1989 Racing Flame, as seen on Simpsons Classics. Yes, you would have seen the 89.
I had to work
yeah.
out who Elizabeth was for a second there. Just
Mini City. There's a few Minis, but it's nice to see other cars.
1330 Mini Clubman. Nice.
1974 Mini Clubman 1330. Oh, I bet you wish you still had that, Paul. Sia Rosa, like the Lupo.
A few Vauxhalls.
Vauxhall.
Remember the Maxi, James? Yeah, one car that I wish my parents never got rid of was the Austin Maxi.
Vauxhall Cavalier.
Oh no, well, no, the Cavalier. I mean, that's fair that went, but the
Robin Reliant. Oh my god, I couldn't imagine marking a Robin Reliant.
I wish I had. I wish I had the Maxi. They're so rare now. There's literally like one or two that are actually taxed every year.
The Maxi's got the Clubman front end sort of thing, isn't it? A wider Clubman.
Yeah, well, they're rust buckets just as any Mini was from the same age, but they just rusted away before they could become a decent classic.
Talbot Samba. I'd love to restore Robin Reliant. You need a lot of fiberglass.
Dad had a Maxi. It was awesome. Yeah, I remember as a very very young boy getting into a Maxi, putting the back seats down, and you could literally fit 3 or 4 people in the back, and it had no seat belts or anything. But
yeah, they're quite big cars, really, aren't they?
They were designed to go everything that all the seats could lie flat, and you could sleep in there. It was the whole idea, wasn't it? It was going to be versatile, and but it's the first car experience where you have to play with the choke and start it, and I would always.
Oh, we've got an Allegro. You got the Maxi and Allegro.
Had a 1750 Allegro.
Sent you and James pics of my clubby.
Okay, cool.
Let's have a look.
The Reliant Robins are great, and of course they don't rust, do they? So you still see a lot of them on the road.
Hey, we've received our first picture for featuring for next week, if that's okay. For next week's live stream, a very rusty 1985 Mini Mayfair 998. So, and that was sent by Oliver Ashworth. So, yes, that'll be the first Mini in next week's live stream.
A guy called Kevin has also sent us pictures of his clubby, so I think we'll add that as well.
Yeah, so we've got a few coming through now.
I collected a motorbike with a Maxi back seats down. Yeah, exactly. And this is it. This is what I want. I would probably happily get rid of my daily driver to have a Maxi and a Mini, and then just have them both on the driveway. It just looks so cool, wouldn't it? Maybe one day. They do come up on eBay from time to time, but they are absolute restoration cases, and you do well. Don't know. How do you feel about working on a Maxi, Mark?
I'll work on anything. It's all a learning curve, isn't it?
The trouble is, it's going to be a lot of fabricating because parts are going to be, unless they share with anything, I'm not sure.
Just received pictures of Kevin's Clubman. What's on the back of them? Is it Cadbury's written on the side? That is a truly cool looking car. So yeah, we've got another car if you would like that to be featured. And we have Matt Calvert, not your average Mini Phoenix. Now I've actually seen this car in the flesh, and it's really cool, and I love the colour. So, and I believe the wheels are a new addition. So we've got 3 or 4 cars now to chat about.
John Clark wants to send some photos over as well. Is Do you just message within
We got
Instagram? Is that how it works?
Instagram. Yeah, Instagram's probably the easiest way at the moment, and we will include an email address for next week.
And it's at Simpsons Classics 59, which I should have got. I
Yeah.
will update this and probably put your handles on. So yours are enough an Austin 1800, but they're rare too. There was a maxi near me for sale, rust free for 995. The engine was seized. I would have bought that for 995. That if it was a rust free example, there's plenty of engines you could get. Even if it was not the original, it would just be nice to have the car. But then
Mark II police car. That sounds quite interesting. Cool. They're 2 barrels. What's in the barrels, Kevin? I'm sure we could have an E-Series.
Yeah, an E-Series for that rust-free Maxi.
You know what? When we did this live stream, I never thought we'd be talking about Allegros and Maxis. This is quite interesting.
I mean, it's the beauty of it. Anything can come up, really. So
995. I wonder what that's. That's not a bad price, is it?
Second car was a Volvo 544, 1964. That's probably still going today, right?
Yeah, be bulletproof, that thing. They're going to be fuel tanks, 50 litres in each. Oh, that's pretty cool. That's definitely a road trip car carrying that much fuel on board. I thought with the Cadbury's on the side, it might be some liquid chocolate, melted chocolate.
I can't see the photos, so I'm not sure.
I'll ping them over to James so we can all have a little.
We're talking about them now, yeah. Is that stealing content from next week's live stream?
So we've got Kevin's Mini, so I'll send it to you. So yeah, we've got some good cars to talk about next week. So like I say, not just minis, anything. It'd be quite interesting to see.
We'll definitely have donuts next week as well. I'll make sure of it.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Oh, cool. It's a shame my phone is my webcam. I can't actually look at my. I need to sign into my Instagram on my computer, then I can actually have a look. I will do that later. Actually, no, I do have Instagram here. So what am I doing? Sorry about my.
Well, we're getting quite a few messages on Instagram, so we've definitely got plenty of cars to feature next week. So, as long as no one objects, we've got some cars to talk about for sure.
This is where my Instagram is really empty, and it just has one picture that I've ever posted, and it's a picture of my daily driver.
Both our Instagram pages are listed on that, aren't they? So.
To go back to Brands Hatch.
Already sent it to James. There you go. You've got it, James.
I've literally just logged in your messages. Oh wow, yeah.
I just sent my restoration project over to you. Oh yes, I'll definitely have a good look at that.
Yeah, I've.
Making this a weekly thing is a cracking idea. Well, I'm glad you think so, because I've quite enjoyed talking to people from all over the world, and I think if we have a bit of a topic, that'd be pretty interesting, and feature a car.
Yeah, and 32, 33 concurrent viewers. It's a great bunch of people to have a chat with and see what's going on.
I'm needing to change my quarter panel on my 72. I assume you mean a 72 mini saloon, so a little bit like what I've done on the Budget Clubman. How did you find the Magnum panel? Was it a nightmare with the doorstep? The Magnum rear quarter panel was really good. I actually cannot fault it. It fitted really, really well. The only thing that was awful was the Magnum doorstep. They are hit or miss. You get a really good one or you can get a really bad one. But if you make a relief cut, you can normally make it work. But yeah, the Magnum panels for the quarters, if it's a saloon mini, yeah, yeah, saloon, yeah. So yeah, I for the value for money, I can't fault them really. They're really good. Just make sure your panel's straight when you get it, because obviously damage within transportation and stuff like that. But definitely, I would go for it. Classic Mini Garage sent it to me on WhatsApp.
Cadbury's Mini is quite cool. I think I have seen this in the past in the shows.
We'll have to feature Classic Mini Garage's Mini. He's pretty keen and very good with engines, so it'd be quite nice to sort of hear about in-depth engines. I'm quite keen to learn. So, and yeah, future projects, definitely got some engine builds to do, haven't we, James?
Yeah, which I'm excited for because I've taken engines apart, but I've never really. I think actually doing it, I've had guidance from other people that obviously were professionals, but I want to have a go myself. I want to
Yeah,
get everything apart. Obviously, I've taken engines apart to the point, head gaskets, heads off, clutch off, stuff like that. But actually, the internals going back to your sort of cam,
yeah.
crates, the lot, dismantling it all one day.
What have we got? Good evening, Flat Cap Garage. Good evening, Flat Cap Garage. What do you think about cutting up shelves for gardens, seats, and barbecue, etc.? Now, I actually wanted to save my Clubman front end that came off the budget Clubman as a barbecue. That was my idea, but it was pretty bad, and yeah, it just got cut off in many pieces in the end. So unfortunately, I didn't save it.
Hello, mini chums from Matt. Who? What do you think of people? Sorry, Mark, if you said this, but cutting up mini shelves for garden seats and barbecues.
I think they're quite
I
cool.
think it's cool.
Not if it's a good shell. If it's an accident damage or rotten shell.
I think if you had a V5 to that shell and it was the original shell and it was rust free, I'd be very upset.
Definitely don't do that.
If it was a mixed match of panels and it was completely rotten, or the front half was literally non-existent and you couldn't
accident damage,
you could have put it back on the road. Great, repair it and make it into art, and then it live forever as art. So perfect. But
yeah,
of all places, I used to go to a laser shooting place where you obviously a thing, but they actually, this was probably about 10 years ago, but they actually had like a Mini Cooper shell there, and it had the VIN and everything. I spoke to the owners and they said, no, yeah, it was a car, but it wasn't. 10 years ago, they weren't as valuable as they are today, so they just put the shell in the in there as people to climb through and use it as an obstacle. It got pretty beat up.
Frog Eyes. Your videos are giving me a push to get on my car. That's awesome. That is exactly why we do the videos. That's the whole point of it. So I'm glad that's helped. Do M Machines make their own panels? Yes, they do, and they also sell Magnum and Heritage panels. M Machines' own panels you'll see in the Cooper. Got the inner sills and the sills. I can fully recommend them. Really, really good panels.
Any opinions of springs instead of cones?
I've never driven a car on springs.
I
was
almost going to do it to Eve, but I was put off by the fact that they're technically not legal, I believe. But who would be able to tell you?
I'm not sure. I don't know what the Mini Spares and Mini Sports sell them, don't they? But I think they're more of a competition
they sell
thing.
it as should be for competition use only, and I've heard a lot of horror stories of people that daily drive them, and they
fall out,
crack, or there's such a short spring, and you think the weight of the engine and everything. There's a lot of weight on such small springs, and I've heard a lot of people saying they cut. And to be honest, I think as long as you've got a decent pair of shocks and you've got fresh cones, it'll just be as good as springs are. Well, some people will probably disagree.
Yeah. Dave Jagg's got a Mini Cooper fridge. That sounds interesting. I'd be interested to see that.
It's beer cold, doesn't it? M Machine do have a good reputation. Apparently quite old school, so best to talk to them on the phone if you want to make an order.
Yeah, James, we've got a 95 SPI question here. Matt P. James is probably the best person to.
I went to a steel to but I thought it was 1/560, but it was too small. I can't. I think the metric measurement is 34 or 36 mil, and all I know is that I have an inch drive socket that has one bit, and it's the only bit that I have, or the only socket that I have for this wrench. But it's the only thing I've ever used it for is to take that nut off, and I can't remember off the top of my head. It's been a long time since I've had to do it.
What other hobbies do you have other than minis? Currently, it's just minis. I do want to branch out into other cars, but I think most of my hobbies will be cars. I was very keen into kart fishing as well, but I go in and out of that, and currently very much out of it. James, you're a bit of more of an IT sort of. You like your computers and stuff, don't you?
Well, work for IT. Always loved computers. Minis were probably my second hobby because, well, I did own my 1275 GT when I was 16, but it never ended up being mine in the end. So I'm so sad about that car now. I wish we had it still. That would have been great.
I wish you still had it.
16, £500 on eBay. It had some rust, but it was. But this is back when 1275 GTs were worth £500, and when you thought actually it's going to cost £5,000 and pretty much repairing all the panels on it at the time, it was considered not the right thing to do, which is why I put it into a money pit. But now, if I kept it, it would have been worth probably a lot more than what I put into it at the time. But I was 16
Definitely.
and I just started earning money, and I spent it on food. So there you go. But yeah.
Matt P, there's another person there saying that springs can fall out over potholes. That is the big thing I have heard about, and he has confirmed they're more better for track days. The one thing I do think is good about them is they obviously don't wear out. They're a lot longer lasting. They are very expensive. I think they're about £200, something like that.
Corner,
so,
I think. For the
I think they're a bit more. I'm not sure. I can't remember off the top of my head how much they are, but they're quite expensive. I run coilovers all around.
Bones cost about that anyway, so.
Yeah. I've never driven a Mini on coilovers, but I've told they are pretty good, especially on track days. You got more
I have heard good things, but I think for daily driving, it's not. I wouldn't say it's the wrong way to go, but obviously everyone's to their own opinion.
My mate wants to put 13s on his Mini. What are my views? Oh, I'm probably the wrong person to comment on this. I like the look of Minis on 13s, but I really love Minis on 10s. All my cars have 10s. I even went to the trouble of swapping a car that was originally 12s to 10s. So I will say they don't handle as well. They tramline a little bit, and they're quite heavy to steer on 13s. But you got a better option of tyres. You got a wider track on the road. There's pros and cons, I guess.
I've driven an MPI 2000 Sport Pack, but obviously they have the restrictive racks.
The slimmer ones. Yeah. And 13x6, not 13x7 either.
And then it did have 13x6, and then it went to 13x7s, and I don't know if it's just because you've got the MPI power plant. The engine does go a little bit more than what you would be used to in any other standard Mini, but it still went round corners pretty damn fast. And I don't think the 13 inches really made much of a difference. I think on older Minis where the cones have sagged, it really caused a rubbing issue on the arches, and a lot of people just cut the wings and the arches rather than changing the cones out or putting high-lows in to compensate for them. So you get a lot.
Sorry, Dave. No, I've not watched your last video.
But yeah, I think I do like. There are some nice Minis with 13s, but I think there's a point where if they go too wide, they're just. I still don't know what Rover did though with the 13x6 because the arches stuck out an extra inch, so it looked like the wheel.
They needed to be 13x7.
They needed that little bit of extra, and that's what I like when people put the 13x7s on. It just fills the Sport Pack's arches.
Rally Chopper. Now that is something I would like to have as a little project on the side. I'd love one of them.
Do a kit for. I've heard things.
How does still many spares? £120.
Yeah,
but you need high lows. Yeah, so it's the same setup, isn't it? Just replacing a cone with a
yeah, you
spring.
wouldn't get 4 pots on a 10-inch wheel. Um,
No. What price would you roughly expect a Rotter Mini that's complete and price? It depends what Mini, depends what year, depends how rusty, depends what it comes with. More details really, but they can vary, and it really does matter to what someone wants to pay really.
Hello from Jersey. Got Channel Island.
I'm trying to talk them out of
The Channel
13s.
Islands are in.
Personally, as a personal thing, I had a Mini on 13s. I went to the effort of changing to 13s, cutting my wings, and I regretted it. But that is just a personal opinion. Everyone's different. I think once you drive a Mini on a good set of 10-inch wheels, you won't go back. They just the only issue is struggle to get people putting tyres on it.
But this is.
But James is very much a 12-inch wheel person. You
I,
agree?
I prefer 12-inch wheels. I think for me,
Yeah.
obviously my Mini when I first drew was my daily driver and it's the only thing I could afford to do. So I did everything. I had 4 people in the car. I had stuff on the roof rack. The boot was full. Well, actually, the boot had subwoofer, speakers, amplifiers, the lot. And I literally don't think I could have driven it as a daily driver on 10s. It scraped enough as it did with 12s.
Yeah.
But as I think for more comfortable daily driving, great. If you're going to go fast road, I think, and you want to have a bit of fun, and you want a little less traction, then 10-inch wheels all the way. I
Yeah.
think
Definitely.
MJ is, and I can't wait until we got MJ back on the road in the next few months, and we'll be able to show you.
Yeah. It'd be really good.
We're going to be able to
Yeah.
show you what how much fun you can just have by just putting your foot down a little bit, which obviously most people I think will realise with 10-inch wheels and a
Yeah.
fast road engine.
Well, you can comment. You've got your Mini Mayfair on 12s, and you've currently got my Sidewalk on 10 so you can
That is Paul.
you'll
That's
feel the
fair. The last
difference
Mini I
massively
did
there.
drive
So
was Violet. So
yeah,
I I did, and I apart from the stuff that needs to be done, it drove exactly like my 95 SPI before,
mm,
and it was great because I could feel everything that I've changed on like the bushes, steering column bushes, and I was like, oh well, yeah, this is what mine used to feel like. This is what we're gonna do, and we'll get them sorted about it. But the only thing that I really felt was actually I was a little bit low to the ground, obviously, which makes sense because I'm a little bit short of wheels,
yeah.
and it felt pretty much the same driving it as I was on 12. I don't think it's too much.
You just got a bit more tire. I
Yeah,
think that's the only difference.
if you need a bit of
Hello from Jersey.
yeah. Oh, we've got Isle of Wight. Oh wow,
The gents.
we're getting all the little islands
Yeah.
in.
Hello, Kevin.
um,
Kevin from the Gentle Motor Racing team.
but either or, 10, 12 or 13, just
Yeah.
not any more than 13. I think.
It's it's personal preference. I think at the end of the day, it's what you prefer. It's an early '80s Mini, rotten from bottom. Yeah, early '80s Minis. That's quite shocking that it's like that. Normally, the later '80 Minis are a lot worse, and going into like the SPIs and the injection cars. Uh, it really does depend. It's a you're looking at a full shell restoration, aren't you? If it's that bad, so it depends if there's anything special about it, like the engine, interior, and stuff. If it's completely standard, people still attracted to that. So yeah, it's worth what someone's willing to pay, unfortunately. But most cars in that sort of condition at that age, you're looking at somewhere between 500 and £1,000, I would say.
4 pots on 7.9 on a 6x10 Revolution. Love Revolution wheels.
Yeah, they're
I
very cool.
imagine that is probably some sort of specialist 4 pot machined. It's not going to be like Metro 4 pots that everyone normally uses,
No,
um, but no, great if you can. Obviously, use it if you can get it. Especially when you do, because
uh,
I've got Cooper S on, or MJ's only got Cooper S brakes, and they're a bit. We wish they were a bit better than, for the power of the
yeah,
car.
the sidewalk's only got Cooper S as well.
I saw something. Short shift kits.
I
Do you have an opinion on short shifters?
Again, if you'll probably get my cars, they're not heavily modified. I quite like a Mini to be a Mini. I'm hopefully not speaking out of turn by saying that. Um, I don't really see the advantages of it under the road car. I really don't. I don't drive mine hard. I don't drive.
I drove.
Yeah, I don't think it suits my style of
I
driving, I
drove.
guess.
I can't even remember what mini it was. An old club members mini, and that had I think it was. I don't know if it was cab quick shift, but I could not find a gear to save my life. It was really. It was.
Yeah, reverse is worse on it.
It's a real like I don't even think in a mini anyway. You've only got four gears to choose from. It's nice knowing that if you just go top left, top obviously bottom left, and then straight up and down, you don't. The travel
Yeah.
really doesn't make much difference. And when I was in the short thing, I was like, I was trying to go in first, but I was actually going in the third, and it was just like the balance of getting them in. It could have just been the car,
Hmm.
but I don't think I wouldn't mess around with it. The standard's got no problem in my opinion. Maybe
No,
well yeah. Can you even do it on a Magic One gear? You can't do it on a Magic One gearbox. No,
probably not. No, I think they're like staring procedures. It is.
yeah.
What else have we got going on? Did the worst ones, the Rust, the Piccadilly Studio 2? Yes, I completely agree. And the Mini Ritz was quite bad. That 1985.
I was going to say
Um,
typical
I
because
wish they
we
had
had a
more.
Studio too, but of course it's my dad that's just said that. So
I just wish they had more tyre choice for tens. Yes, that's what I was saying. Going back to the wheels and tyres option, you, for me, I always go Yokohama if I can afford to. You got Falcons. There's some good tyres out there for tens. I like Dunlop Aqua Jets are quite cool, but not necessarily good for handling. Just quite that nod to the old style tyre, I guess. But the ones I really want are the Dunlop. I think they're called is it D, not D1s. Dunlop. They're Japanese, more common in Japan. Very expensive. They're £90 a corner. So I cannot
mini
justify that.
sport four pot, yeah, okay, yeah. They obviously mini sports machining is gonna make them fit, isn't it? So I've heard good things about the mini sport four pots. If I ever, I probably will end up using them at some point, but
Seth's going to go to tens from 12, so that's a good choice. Definitely do that.
leave the sidewalk on 12. Great, sidewalk came with 12 from the factory, so I'll be happy with that. Hey, oh,
Gentleman's road. Yeah, so Kevin's got rid of his 13 to go on tens, and yeah, I'm excited to see Kevin's rally car. It's going to be quite cool that. So, worst rotten mini you've ever seen. What? Oh, you saying the ones I've owned or in general? The worst mini I've probably owned, rot wise, probably my Mark One Mini. One of them. That was pretty much non-existent at the bottom, but everything's buyable now. You can save most panels. So
in general, I obviously the Studio 2 that we had, that was probably the most
yeah.
rotten, but we did keep it going, but it was patched up a lot, and I do want to find out where it is now, and hopefully we will. So
Yeah.
um,
I had a 1989 Mini 30. That was pretty bad. If I was to ever restored that car, I'd have shelled the car. It did require a new shell. It was rotten all the way down the pillars. Again, you can save it, but if you could get a better shell, that would be a lot quicker. But again, it's never the same car again, is it? So like our 89 we're doing, the easier the route would be to do that. But I'm glad that we've saved it and we're on the route now to getting it back to a car. In general, you have seen?
never seen mine yet.
Is that one that you sent the pictures to? I'll have to have a look.
There's in general like the most rotten mini I've seen. I've seen some minis at shows where I really question how they have an MOT because you can physically see panels hanging off. And if you think
Yeah,
like the door skins and like around the windows and stuff, and the scuttles are that bad, surely the underneath is great. But obviously they might have got the underneath solid, but all that effort just to keep the
yeah.
car rotten, I don't know. But
Well, that's like our clubman. A lot of the best comment I've had about that of our estate is when you put it out of its misery.
yeah,
And that car, okay, it looks tatty. It doesn't help it's white. It shows all the lumps and bumps, I guess. But it's actually a really good shell. It's actually really, really good. So, what else have we
ultimate
got
mini in
coming
your
through?
opinions, or I don't know. I don't think there is one. You want probably a selection of five to cover the ultimate.
Yeah, I agree.
You want
Ultimate Mini for me though is a minivan with a fast road engine because you got practicality and you can get down the road well. That'd be my ultimate mini. That's what I'm hoping to build myself.
I don't know. I've got too many things. I think ultimate mini for me would be Club and Estate, but with injection powertrain and
Yeah, later running gear.
running gear with and I would want to put the aircon in as well. And then you I don't know, not that we get that much of a hot summer, but when it does, it's nice. You can just go out and enjoy a cruise.
Yeah,
In Estate, you can obviously get all the space.
I agree. Yeah.
A 1275 with a bit of work done to it, you'd be getting 60, 70 horsepower. It depends what you do.
Mm. What else have we got? What's the fastest mini you've ever driven? What's your opinion on engine swaps? Fastest mini I've ever driven, actually, is probably MJ. I didn't drive it very much, but it's probably the quickest mini that I've ever driven. So 1380, Avon bar engine in that. My opinion on engine swaps. I've driven a micro converted mini and it flew. It was really, really fast. The fifth gear is nice to have as well.
Yeah.
For me, yeah, for me, I just think it takes a bit of mini away, I guess. I'm not poo-pooing people who have done it, but for me, yeah, I guess that's personal opinion again. £1,200, good price for 78 mini. Yes, that's really good. I've seen your bit mini in the photos. It's a good year of mini. Mark III minis are very good. Yeah, spot on.
Yeah, MJ. We've taken MJ off the clock, so we have no exact figure
On private land,
of course, and we'll and well, there might no, there probably is footage somewhere, but no, I don't think there is. But at the same time, there was another mini chasing that also went off the clock, and it's just we ended up. It's just it was a funny time because people couldn't believe seeing two minis going that fast. Of course, all on private land.
How do you guys go about rust prevention? Would you suggest something like wax oil? Rust prevention. If you've seen any of our videos regarding changing panels, always etch prime. That's good layer against rust. I always paint my cavities. Getting quite well known for doing that now, which is obviously quite a good thing because I truly do agree and believe that if it was done from factory, the cars wouldn't rot as quick. Once all that's done, definitely wax oil is quite an old school one. A lot of people have found better ones. There's quite a few online. I think Ed China's actually done a video of wax oil before, but it's not like a traditional brand of wax oil. I keep forgetting the name of it, but you can get smaller hoses that can get in all the cavities. So I'd definitely look into something like that. But yeah, I think if you wax your car every year, you'll be absolutely fine.
Yeah, we've used wax oil a lot, and I know it's a Hamrite brand, but you see the state of what MJ's floor looked like, but that was 10 years. It kept it pretty at bay. So
yeah,
I think for the cost of it, it's worth putting some on. So.
Also, talking about wax oil, the budget clubman, you'll see from the future videos coming that's been only waxed and it wasn't actually sort of body schwarzed or painted underneath, but it's actually the wax it has saved the car. So I completely believe that if you can wax your car as much as possible, I think 6 months to a year with a good paint inside your cavities, I think your Mini would live on. But it's personal preference, I guess. I would love a 1275 GT. Yes, I would love one of them as well. So the budget clubman's going to look a little bit like a replica, I guess. But yeah, I really like the 1275 GT. Yeah.
Oh, I wish I had mine still. I need to find out what it looks like today, because as far as I'm aware, it's sitting in a barn in Belgium somewhere. But I would.
We can go and get it. Be a road trip. How good would that be? Mini revival.
I also hope that the owner has actually restored it, because that would be great. But
no, the price goes up then. Aircon is the future for Bernie. Yes, so Kevin's doing a bit of a Euro touring car. Bernie, the 1275 GT. I mean, is it going to IMM 2019, 2024. I'm not sure, but yeah, he's doing quite a good Euro Mini, and I'm quite interested to see that because that's the ultimate goal for my van. Really, I want it to be a tourer, a van, but still have Mini characteristics, as in it won't run fuel injection. But I guess that's probably the better route to go. We'll see. But yeah, I'll be quite interested to
What
see
etch
that.
primer do you recommend? You're probably going to say as long as it's etch primer, it will do the same job.
There's all sorts out there. Is it Auto Body? It's quite available on eBay. That's probably the best one to buy. But I have used Halford's etch primer, but just an etch primer is worth doing, like James said.
Oh, there you go. I've got someone asking the owner of the 1275 G-Tab if it's restored.
Is it restored?
Chris is going to find out. Running without a heater.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to know because that would be a really good road trip.
But he hasn't touched it since he bought it from us. I
definitely buy it.
But I just think what it looks like. I really like it. You know, like the inner flitch panels and doorsteps and stuff are all like washing machine metal being used in like someone in the 80s to repair it. You know.
Mark's on beer number 4.
Yeah,
he's on it. I'm glad you're beer number 4 and you not got bored of us. That's pretty good.
The previous free beers there, Mini Map TV. Condensation is a bug. Yeah, about the heater thing. I would always run a heater. I don't think that even on sunny days you still you
still want it. I think,
especially if it's a nice sunny day, then an evening drive home, and obviously the temperature drops. You want the heater just a fan. It doesn't have to be hot air, which is it's always hot air in a Mini unless you've got a decent valve. But
also in traffic it helps.
A lot of people for the injections it doesn't matter because it's got the auxiliary fan which kicks in. But I think if you're a carb and you're sitting in traffic and your temperature's going up, just flip full heat and put it on. You know, it can save the car. So
yeah, definitely. Mini Mat TV. What have I missed? We've had new Mini talk. We've had road trip talk. We've had 10 and 13-inch wheel talk. What else have we had? First cars. We've had that. We've had all sorts, really, haven't we?
Viewers car for next week's stream, hopefully. Lots of little things.
Oh yeah, viewers car. We've got about 5 or 6 that I've noticed come through. Like I've said before, budget clubbing on Dunlop D1s. Yes, I completely agree. It would look absolutely stunning. But I actually had the Ross before the club.
Yeah, we forgot about the sausages. Yeah, we spoke about sausages for quite a while.
I thought we got rid of the sausage talk.
We'll put that as a bonus content for next week. What's this about viewers' cars? Good. We're going to have to put a post up on YouTube and Instagram explaining, but we want people to send us pictures of their cars, and then, as you can see, this lovely space we have on the stream, we'll be able to put the pictures up and people will be able to see them. We can chat about them. Obviously, we won't say anything negative. Yeah. We just want to appreciate the chat and appreciate the cars that are out there and see what everyone's takes on stuff.
How could you do that to the sidewalk? What did you mean, Mini Matt?
I don't know if I should remove the heater. That might do that. Well, I'm not sure.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely not doing that on the sidewalk. Do you recommend Media Blaster? Yeah, we've talked about this, and someone actually asked me on Instagram the other day about Media Blasting. Assuming you mean the shell, that and dipping, I truly believe do save a lot of time. You know where the rust is. We talked about this on James's Mayfair, maybe dipping it. The only thing I would say about Media Blasting, don't let them do the roof or quarter panels or anything like that because you'll just warp it. It will damage it. Go around the edges basically on a Mini is the best thing, and you'll soon see if you've got a gem or not.
I think if you've got a bare shell and you've got the choice of Media Blasting or dipping it, I think dipping it would be the better choice if you wanted to see everything that was wrong with it. But obviously, as a lot of people say, they're scared they won't have a car when it comes back out. So it's
yeah, I think that's definitely something to consider.
But
what's this about viewers' cars?
I'll explain that. And he said he's up for that. So
Yeah.
Kept it standard.
Viewers cars. We're going to set up a proper email account for it, but for now, yes, find our Instagram page and send a picture of your car, and we'll have a chat about it next week
I can stay in the seams. Okay.
or in the coming weeks.
That's something new then. Yeah. Well, I don't know. How do you make sure it gets out of the seams?
Where are we up to? I'm trying to. How do you? Where do
Just in between the beers. Yeah.
you dipping can stay in the seams too. Yeah, I've heard that as well. That's another thing to consider. A lot of people, when they do go blasting and get dipping, they do tend to cut like the front end off, take the seals off, cut any noticeable rust out, and obviously brace the car. But yeah, no, I agree. Dipping can stay in the seams. I have heard that.
Dipped, yeah. I'm worried about Eve if she got dipped, but we'll.
Eve would be fine. Dipping is quite a shock if it's a bad shell.
I think there's more filler in that car than I realised. So.
Yeah. Well, that's what I mean. We'd cut the front off Eve, we'd cut the seals off Eve, and yeah, we'll go from there with it.
It's also a cost at the end of the day.
Yeah.
But depending on what is required for Eve, things might not fit as well, so we might have to modify it anyway. So it might be a case of not worrying about it too much.
I have to say, it's really cool the response we're getting.
Yeah, I think we've had a good first run here.
Yeah.
14 likes. We've dropped off a few viewers, but I think most people have.
Yeah, they stayed with us, which is really really good.
We don't.
So
we don't.
If anyone's interested to see next week, we same time next week, maybe.
Yeah, well, we're in lockdown for a few more weeks yet, so I think it's going to be another Saturday night stream. I think that would be quite cool.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think we'll get a lot of topics to talk about, and I'm sure we'll probably get a lot of viewers' cars by the sounds of it. So if we get a flood of them, we might have to split it up over the next couple of weeks. But
oh, definitely, yeah. What's your right? I'll answer a few more questions. What's your biggest mini fail story? Mini fail story, probably my White Club and Estate, wasn't it, James? We took it for an MOT 3 times.
the MOT garage was about 1.8 miles from.
Yeah, we had to push it.
We pushed
there
it
and back because it wouldn't
run. And we got it there, and he was like, "Car needs to be running for the MOT," and we're like, "It does run."
It was a minute ago.
And then we got it back, played around with it, got it running long enough to get it through the MOT, and then and then you went to drive it up north, and you got to about 5 miles, didn't you? Yeah, and then it had to be, and then you got it recovered. Did you get it recovered all the way up, or did you bring it back? No, you bought it.
I left it. No, I left it here, and then came back. I didn't actually ever take it up north.
Did you? Is that when you borrowed someone's Mini?
Yeah, I was borrowing a Mini Sprite at the time from a good friend in the Sussex club. So, yeah, it was pretty handy to have that as an option. But yeah, the clubman didn't make it up north, unfortunately. And then I sold it to buy Violet. So
my biggest mini fail is taking MJ into a car park where it has like a cobbled speed bump, and it ripped the whole exhaust off. And of course, the whole full length of the car, so from the Y piece was on the back, was on the road. And obviously it's a car park, there was cars behind me coming in. I parked up the Mini, obviously the Mini sounded awesome because it had no exhaust on it. Parked up, and I got out of the car because the exhaust was over, but this car behind me had driven over it. And I was just like, damn, and she was clueless, didn't even realise. I then stopped the next car, picked up the exhaust, threw it in the bush, and then because I was technically working, so I had to go back to work. And then we called the AA out, and I digged it out of the bush, and then the AA guy temporarily put it back on for us. Probably one of my most embarrassing times in a car. I wish the lady didn't drive over it. It did flatten the back box a little bit, but it got us home in the end. That was something that that was a long time ago. And
So we,
Not the first time that
what
exhaust
else?
has been ripped off either, but that was, yeah. Fortunately, that is my biggest fail, and it's not been nothing too major, no damage too much.
Yeah, so I think we've got a few questions coming in now that we
We'll round them
will
up now.
we will note down. And I think we'll note down and we'll answer it next week. But in the meantime, we will post a email address on Instagram and Facebook, and we'll post it in the community posts on YouTube. Any questions you've got, any photos you want to send, same time next week, I think. And let's.
So I'm just reading that last question about any tips for removing a rubbish tyre from a rim. Well, cut it. Surely cutting it is the answer if you're. And then.
Yeah, probably. I'll just cut the tyre off. There's one more question there, isn't there? I found a 97% pencil. Well, Violet actually got her name because under the carpets there was loads of Parma Violet packets. So, yeah, that's how she got her name. And I also found a Derby County football club pencil in the door pocket. So I found all sorts of things in some cars.
When we picked up MJ, when we got it home, we opened the glove box and there was a about a 4 or 5 inch knife in there, and it was quite sharp, and it was one of those ones that you could flip it open, and we're like, okay then, that was a bit of an interesting find. We still got it. I think it sits in the garage, but we were like, what did the previous guy need that for? Probably don't know if the Mini came from a rough neighbourhood.
Right, so I think we'll let everyone crack on with their evenings, and
go back to.
I hope you all have a good rest of your weekend and stay safe in this current climate of the world. It's pretty awful out there, so get in your garages, get building,
God, yeah.
And yeah.
Who would do that in an MG midget? Damn.
Oh no, we're starting to talk about finding condoms in cars now. I definitely think it's time to end.
I think stay safe, everyone. Keep the distance. Keep isolating. The sooner we do, the more of us will do it, the sooner this will be over. So, and we can.
Yes, definitely. It's nice to sort of chat to everyone from such far afield places as well. So we're note down questions that were coming through now. We will post some members' cars or pictures of people's cars, and let's regroup next week. So stay safe, everyone.
Next one in, and get all your mini friends involved, and we'll do our best to have a chat and answer more questions.
Yeah, definitely. It's been fun, everyone. So I will catch you later.
We'll say 7 o'clock again, yeah?
7 o'clock Saturday night, yeah.
With the hours.
And we'll post it so people see. Awesome.
Cool. Right. Now I've got to figure out how to stop this thing. Right. Yeah. Take care, everyone. We'll go from there.